Right, I'm in the text folder of my project here. I'm just going to drag over the two moon textures. There's just a 2K and a 4K one. You can, choose whichever one you prefer. And we're going to start looking at rendering this. So let's turn off both of these lights and generate a new distant light here. Oops, let's just do it like that. Press there, press enter. Just gonna. The transforms don't actually matter, it just kind of annoys me, to be honest. So I want the light kind of coming from the back, so I'm going to rotate this around like that. 90. And then let's do something like that. Did I not turn both of these off? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then, yeah, kind of tilt it up at the back, -50, something like that, looks good. And then maybe give it just a touch of color. So if you come here and then go into the temperature, so now it's really blue. Maybe not, let me see. Yeah, it is, I'm just looking here, it should be updating there. So yeah, just something really subtle. Maybe like there. Okay, and then I'm going to change this and set it to, from distant, change it to sun. You won't see, well, we can't really see the difference there, but in the render, yeah, we'll get a bit of a softer kind of shadow. Okay, so that's great. Let's make a camera. I'll just press enter and I will drop the camera in the center. Let's look through. The camera will be inside the geometry, I think. So let's move ourselves away, rotate around. There you are. Hello. Let's move down a tad. And then move back closer. About there. Okay. So we got our lights, our geometry, and our camera. By the way, yeah, I'm rendering this in Mantra now, so that's why I'm building everything out here. You could do it in Camera as well. I'm going to do it in Mantra this time. It doesn't. It's very simple render setup, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Principal shader in my matte context. Call this moon. I don't want it in caps locks. It doesn't matter, but just personal preference. Drag that on top and that will set it up for me. It will do this automatically. Okay. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go back into matte and I set the base color to white. And it will take in those colors. See, it's got use point color there, so that the color stuff that we set up, it will take that into the render automatically. Let's start rendering now. Now that we've got something. These are the old tests I was doing beforehand. So that's our final results. Well, it should look like that. Turn that to. There we go. So we should have. When you click render there, it creates your a Mantra ROP for you. So we'll set this to physically based rendering limits. Let's just add one diffuse bounce for our bounce lighting. So that's great. Let's take a snapshot of that. Let's what can we do? Go onto our matte and let's grab that texture. So that will make a big difference. So we're on texture. Let's find it. We'll start with the 2K one. Refresh the render. Oh, check render again. Yeah, you could see it said creating displaced geometry. Take quite a while, quite a bit longer. Okay, so that's obviously way too high. So let's change the effect. I can see they're sticking out. I want it going in. So I'm going to set this to 0.04, 004, sorry. -004. There we go, not bad. Let's bump up the roughness substantially. Okay, much better. You can see we've got less of a crazy highlight there. And then last thing I want to do is give myself some more samples before we check out our final render. So I'll set these to 10, turn off the progressive render and just wait for that to finish. So there you have it. Let's make this full screen, press H. So there's our final render. We've got really nice fine details in there. And remember, this setup's all procedural. You could, plug in different types of geometry and create these craters all over, or anything really. Try animating the, the camera or something. Composite this onto an interesting background. You can do loads of cool stuff with this. But also just that kind of VDB workflow is really handy way of producing interesting geometry like this.